Well, hello there, guys. I just finished doing all my challenges. 40 of 40 in about a week. And this time I didn't even have to buy any carries for anything, so that was nice. I just joined my friend's Uber kills and then did T17s myself. But yeah, this is the armor set. Pretty cool, I guess, but I'm kinda tired of them. They did promise us we'd get something else next week, and then they'd rotate between 4 unique MTXs and armor sets, so can't wait for that. There's the big totem you get for 40. But yeah, before I start, please do subscribe if you wanna support me, cause I'm aiming for 1,000 subs. If this video is helpful to you, if you enjoy it, like and sub, and so on. But yeah, let's get in words. Let's get right into it then, shall we? Right, first of all, I'll swap my gems, swap back to my normal MTX. There we go. Right. There we go. Normal MTX again. Well then. Challenges. Oh, I pressed Z. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll just go through them one by one again, as always. And I'll kind of skip the more simple ones, and I'll explain just the ones I think need explaining, and then give my recommendations for which 4 to skip if you only want 36 for the armor set. But 40 was pretty easy this week, it was just some of them were very grindy, but yeah. Without further ado, let's begin! Beginner's basics. Use orbs. Very easy, very simple. No need to explain that one. Do league mechanic stuff with Mirage. Yeah, choose a wish, enter it to break the chain. This is all 3 of these will complete themselves the moment you do your first Mirage, most likely. Very easy. First vendor SP challenge. I do want to show some things for this. Any life for mana flask. I usually do this during campaign anyway. I upgrade my flasks, but if you sell 3 of the same level requirement mana or life flask, you get 1 higher tier one. So that's what I do to my flasks during the campaign, so this completed itself. Hybrid flask is a bit more obscure. I don't think many people do that, so I'm gonna show the vendor recipe. It's any 2 life and mana flasks, but I think they have to be the same level, and an orb of fusing gives you a hybrid flask. Yay! Right then. Next, Ruby Topaz or Sapphire Ring. I do this in Act 1 to get Sapphire Rings with a blue gem for Merveil, but just any Iron Ring and a red, blue or green gem gives one of the 3 elemental resist rings. Easy, vendor recipe. And then this one's also a bit more obscure. I don't think people use this one often either. A Gate, Turquoise or Citrian Amulet, the like dual attribute amulets. Basically, for example, if you do Lapis, Jade, and a Transmute, you get Turquoise, which is Dex and Int, because these 2 give those stats. So just any combination of the stats you want, plus a Transmute, gives you that amulet. And that's it, that's vendor recipes number 1. Done. Act boss is self-explanatory, it's gonna do itself when you do the campaign. Side quests, this also completed itself without much trouble, because, yeah, just do these side quests. This is also no need for explanation for this one. Choose wishes, kill rares, break chains again, just do a bit more Mirage. This will also complete itself. This also completes itself, just do the campaign. Visit all these places, which, I mean, I guess I could explain it a bit. Aspirant's Plaza when you unlock your lab, Menagerie when you unlock Einhar and do his first mission, Mine Encampment when you unlock Nico in Act 4, Forbidden Sanctum in Act 10 after you find the book, which is in the zone, which is called the Ossuary, yeah. When you find the quest Sanctum Tome at level 68 and give it to Divinia, you can click visit the Forbidden Sanctum on her in Act 10 town. And that's how you unlock that. King's March you unlock in the epilogue by talking to Johan and visiting it. Rogue Harbor you unlock in Act 6 by starting to find rogue markers and talking to people in town, or just right-clicking it in your hideout or in a town to get the portal to it. Yeah, that's the Rogue Harbor, it has its own icon. And Monastery of the Keepers you unlock in Act 6, again, when you encounter Breach for the first time and you do the first Breach for Aelith after you talk to her and she gives you the gift of whatever the fuck to be able to get Hive Blood. Yeah, just do all these side quest things to unlock these zones, pretty simple. Okay, first League Mechanic challenge. And it's very easy, because most of this will complete itself, especially now with Mirage, for spawning essences and shrines in campaign. As you can see, I've done all of them. Also, rare Beyond Monsters, talking is hard. When you do, what's it called, Orichalcum Ore Deposits in Settlers Mechanic, the monsters they spawn, the rares, actually count as rare Beyond Monsters still, so that's gonna complete itself if you just do that. Rogue Exiles, you find them randomly everywhere. Possessed monsters, same deal. Shrines, boxes, essences, you can click all of them when you see them. Some, like, shrines I completed during the campaign, because that's how many I saw. So yeah, this is very easy, very simple, just do a bunch of League mechanics. This one, not so simple. I chose the 5 that I think were the quickest. Obviously, you can do whatever's most fun for you. But if you just care about completing it fast, my recommendation is Smuggler Caches, Pass Through Mirrors of Delirium, Blight, which I'll explain why I did later. It might not seem very fast to you, but I don't know, it seemed like the most simple one for me. And I put these enchants on my rings to make it easier with Scout Tower strat. Or deposits, because it's easy to just click Bismuth or click an ore and do it, they're very easy. And then Breach, because my build is just pretty good at Breach. I just did Unstable Breaches, because those are way faster. Like Freezing Pulse just clears the whole screen. And I did this together with a different one, which is do mechanics inside the Mirage, but yeah, I'll explain that a bit later. But basically what I did in Atlas progression to do these mechanics is I just blocked whatever I was not doing, so... But yeah, I blocked Legion, I blocked Harvest, Expedition, Abyss, Ultimatum, and Ritual, and I left these other ones unblocked. So yeah, that's what I did during Atlas progression. I recommend doing the same if you just care about doing them fast. If you don't care about doing this as fast as possible, obviously just do whatever is most fun for you. Right, Atlas Editions. Next is Master Missives. This one I did way later in endgame, because there's no point trying to do it early. You can though, if you want to get a bunch of rewards, like if you enjoy Einhar, you get a lot of beasts. If you enjoy June, you might get Veiled Exalts from Katarina. And if you enjoy Alva, you get lots of good temples. You could do just Alva with Atlas picking to get good temples, but what I did was just Einhar and Nico, because those are the fastest. So if you just, again, care about doing it fast, I recommend just using a Nico Scarab and an Einhar Scarab in your T16s while you're running them. Just 30 Scarabs does this challenge very easily, because Nico you just gotta click the 3 things, and Einhar you just catch the beasts. Just tier 11 plus maps. Very simple challenge. We have this one every league now. Just master missions. Right, this one. This is kind of weird, because I think in the campaign there are no types of wishes, like you don't see the icon below them, but in maps you're gonna start seeing red, blue, or sandy yellow icons under the wishes. Navira is the blue one, Kelari I think is the sand one, which is dexterity, this one's int, and this one, Ruzan, is the red strength one. And basically you just need to click wishes of differing types. So it's 150 wishes or 150 mirages overall to do this. And what I did is I just kept watching this challenge, like I kept opening it while mapping and kept like all 3 of them about equal as I could. So if they were all at like 31, 32, 30, I would pick this one to get it to 31 and so on. You don't have to do that, you don't have to pay attention to it. This will probably complete itself when you do enough mirages, because you have to do a bunch of them for different things later, but yeah, fairly simple challenge, you just do a bunch of mirage. This is also pretty simple, because I always alchemy even my white maps anyways, so yeah, just do a rare map of each tier. It will complete itself if you just alchemy orbing every map you run during Atlas progression. So yeah, that's that. Crafting Craze, wow, I've used a lot. Okay. Oh, I only haven't used Sacred Orb, huh? Oh then. Let's see. Armor evasion. It's all useless. I'll use on gloves, yeah, why the fuck not? 205, it's an upgrade. No, I've used everything. I got that Sacred Orb randomly while mapping. Well, this is a pretty easy challenge, isn't it? Just use 15 of these orbs. I think what I did was Transmute, Og, Alteration, Chance, Alchemy, Scouring, Fusing, Jeweler, Chromatic, Annulment. And Crafting Bench counts towards this. Regal, Chaos, Exalt, Blessed, Divine Orb because I crafted my amulet, and then Enkindling and Regret and Unmaking. Like, if you all do all those and don't even do Divine or Sacred, this would still be completed because it would be 17 of 15, so it's a very easy, cheap challenge to do, which is nice. You don't have to waste that much currency on it. That's Crafting Craze. Monsters just kill map bosses in rare maps where they have at least 80 quant. Yeah, just again, keep alking all your maps. Get Atlas effect. I was running a tree with just all these effect nodes, all of this here, this one, all the quant in the middle. That plus the 25 quantity from the completion was giving me like 43 quant in every map, just from the quant from the tree. Which is very nice. It just makes doing challenges with quantity way easier. But yeah, this will complete itself if you're just alchemying and vialing all your maps in endgame. Right then, Deadly Deeds. I actually over-completed this one, because I didn't know I would be doing Atlas Runners this league, but as you can see, gold is abundant with this league. I don't know what they changed. I'm doing the same thing I always do, but I'm suddenly making way more gold. I mean, Mirage also shits out gold, and I'll get to that, but still. I don't know, even without the Mirage wishes, I've been making so much. Right then. Deadly Deeds, complete any 5 of the things while the area is 81, so in T14 plus maps, or logbooks that are 84, or 81, sorry. Abyssal Depths, there is a new scarab that guarantees Abyss now. Let's see if I have it. I do not. Abyssal Depths. Descending, yeah. It's like 1 chaos for 2 of them. Cheap as fuck. Just use 5 of these scarabs on your map, and I think it adds an abyss to your map, and then you have to do the abyss to reveal the depths. It's not like it just adds the door into your map. You still have to do the abyss to reveal it, but it is there. So yeah, that's what I did for that. Logbooks, I just bought 5 of them. One of them I bought with the boss implicit, because you also need to do that for a different challenge. So make sure you buy one that has one of the 3 common bosses. Not Orot. You don't need to kill Orot if you don't want to this league, because that fight sucks anyway. T4 Harvest Seeds, same deal, it has a Scarab, Harvest Scarab. Where are they? Oh, I don't have it. It's the Cornucopia Scarab, there it is. Oh god, it's 52 Chaos. When I bought it, it was like 30 something. It's pretty expensive, but one of these, plus taking the node that gives you a chance for additional harvest, taking this for a chance not to wilt unchosen crops, and then doing a map with that scarab. If you're lucky, your Mirage will be on the harvest, and then it's gonna copy the bosses again. Which means if you got like 2 or 3 bosses in the normal map, your Mirage will just finish this challenge off, so you might only need 1 scarab for it. If your Mirage doesn't cover the harvest garden, then you might need to buy another scarab, but oh well, it's 50 chaos, it is what it is. And then I just did 4-way legions with the emblems because they're cheap as fuck. 25 reward is like a little bit less than a 4 also after you get a row of rewards. If you don't care about anything else, you could just AFK in there until it's over and it still counts as complete. But yeah, pretty easy to do that one. Yeah. And then blueprints, I mean, if you're a heist enjoyer, be my guest. You're gonna get this complete very quickly, because blueprints are abundant in the end game. You could just buy them anyway. You can even buy fully revealed ones and run them yourself with your NPCs. Though you would need to farm reviews if you don't farm a lot of heist. That's why I didn't do this, because I don't really do heist. Simulacrum, same thing. If you have a build that's really good at Simulacrum, this will easily be completed in just 4 of them, if you fully complete them. Ultimatum, if you enjoy ultimatums, well, yeah, this will be very easy for you. Just do 10 rounds 10 times in T14 plus maps. Blight enjoyers, same thing. This will be easy to complete for them. My friend does Ritual with Bloodfilled Vessels on the time, and this just passively completed for him, so yeah. But again, I don't do these mechanics, that's why I chose to do these ones. Really, you can do whatever you want to, that was most fun for you. Then claim rewards I did recently, because my Atlas runners are running with random maps, and I even give them my Nightmare maps, because I don't want to run that shit. Better to give it to them, and then they complete them and give me free Uber fragments that I can sell. And then I did originally, as the 5th one, this one, just Breach Marshals in T14 plus maps, because you can get... yeah, this Unstable Breaches contain a boss, and then you can also get like Atlas nodes that give you a chance to double the breach bosses sometimes, and then the Mirage can copy the unstable breaches, and you get the idea. You'll kill a lot of breach mini bosses very quickly for this if you're a build that can handle breach well, and my build does pretty well in breach, so that's why I did that. But yeah, just do what's most fun for you. This one isn't too bad at all. It's not really requiring a lot. Ah, and there it is. There's Empowered Encounters, which I did at the same time as Atlas Editions. These two, yeah, I highly recommend doing together, because it's basically, this is the same as this one, except it's just do these mechanics WoW in a Mirage, and it's only half as many as the requirements on this. So you see 30 Smuggler Caches, it requires 15 here. Pass through 30 Delirium Mirrors, 15. 15 Blights, 15 Ores, 15 Unstable Breaches or Hives. Yep, it's just half. So that's what I did, because I guess they made it only half because they were like, the Mirage might not always copy your mechanics, so it's a bit more generous and lenient with this challenge, which is nice. I appreciate that it doesn't require you to do like 30 times of the mechanic in Mirages. That would take a while. But yeah, again, just do whatever is most fun for you. Do whatever league mechanic you want to be copied onto the Mirage. If you like Legions, fuck, just copy a bunch of Legions in there. If you like Harvest, do that. Expedition, Abyss, Ultimatum, Ritual, same deal. But yeah, just pretty easy. Just do the mechanics you enjoy, have them be copied in the Mirage, and do them. And it doesn't even matter what tier of map you're in. This can be done even in tier 1s. That's why I did it during Atlas progression, just to get it done quicker. This is pretty simple. Unlock all your Ascendancy points and then gain a Bloodline, so kill any of the bosses that give one. Like, the most simple I can think of is you just buy a Sacred Blossom and dual Shabi and get hers or something. That one's probably easy for most builds. Yeah, that's that. Potent Premonitions. Ah, the diff card one. Turning cards that give currency, gem, and 6 linked items. That's what I did. I've almost done 2 implicit, which is funny. Just for fun, I had 2 of these cards. I bought a third one. Let's turn it in. Wow. Projectile gems, max endurance. I have no idea if this is good. I'm gonna vendor it. Okay. Anyway. Yay. Pointless. Yeah, just turn in a bunch of diff cards. If you're farming boxes, you'll get a lot of these. 6 ink diff cards, there's a lot of different ones that give 6 ink items, so yeah. Or you could just buy 2 implicit corrupt cards and then do gem and currency. Those drop a lot everywhere if you're not hiding them on your filter. Pretty simple challenge. At least this time it doesn't require you to scry a map with Nameless Seer, because before it did in previous leagues. Now there's no RNG to it, just turn in cards where it's supposed to be, where it should be. Right, second and final vendor recipe challenge. Unique item. What I recommend doing, because you need to do that map anyways for a different challenge, is getting the 4 Ragnarok staffs, so if they drop on the ground, save them in your unique tab or in another tab, and then you vendor these 4 Ragnarok south, east, north, west. And you get a unique map, the Vinctar Square, and when you vendor them like this, it should complete unique item. Then you slap this map in, you just right click, oh oops, needs to be ID'd. You right click and it automatically goes to it as long as you've explored the Atlas enough to see it. And then just do it because you need to do it for a different challenge anyway. But yeah, Orb of Fusing, that one's pretty simple, vendor any 6 link, you get 20 Orbs of Fusing. You'll probably get this. I got this when I vendored my first shitty corrupted 6 link that I bought on League Start, because I replaced it with a better 6 link with this. If you didn't do that, I mean, if you're farming boxes, corrupted stone boxes, drop a lot of 6 links. And if anything, you just buy a tabula or buy a shitty corrupted 6 link off trade and vendor it, and yeah, that's easy. Regal Orb, a full set of rare items that are item level 75 or above. So a 2-handed weapon, so an axe or a bow would work, and with the bow you do not need a quiver. Then a helmet, a chest, gloves, boots, 2 rings, an amulet, and a belt. Vendor all of those rares that are item level 75 and above. Doesn't matter if they're identified or not, or if they have quality, they'll give you like 1 or 2 Regal Orbs when you vendor them. 2 if they're all ID'd, but who cares, Regals drop everywhere now. An item with influence. This one's very easy, don't let it spook you. Just buy any influenced amulet. I bought an Elder Influence Tonics amulet. Then go to Lily and buy a green, red and blue gem. And vendor them together with the amulet and you just get the same amulet back. Oh, it rewrote the implicit, wow. And yeah, that's how you get that. Very easy and simple. And that is all the vendor SP challenges, yay! Little leaders. Oh fuck, I've almost done all of it actually, I just haven't killed his arrow. I'm not gonna go and do that though, those labyrinths suck ass. He's very dangerous. But yeah, what did I do originally? Oh right, I didn't get this before, so I did these 6 at the top. I got a pirate boss while doing mappers. I did Uber Ziri because she's... I mean, she's an annoying fight, but she's fairly simple in a Tony level 80 area. Abyssal Lich I did automatically while doing Abyssal Depths for the other challenge with the Scarab that guarantees it. Omnitect, you just buy a level 80 tempo and do the boss easy. Vox Twins, you can buy the Twins contract. You can just buy this and go and run it at your Rogue Harbor. You don't need to do any quests, you don't need to level any people up, you don't need to unlock any NPCs, you don't need to do any of that. Because this quest uses, who is it? Yeah, requires Kurai, who is she's just an NPC in the town. And she's just max level lockpicking. You can just slap this in and run it and kill the bosses, and that's easy. You don't need to do a quest chain or anything. You don't need to have touched Heist at all, which is very nice. That's why I did it, it's just really easy. Yeah, this is any Beyond boss, yeah, in a level 80 plus map. I was farming Beyond anyway for Tainted Fusings. So, yeah. I just did that automatically. Though you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it's pretty easy to get Beyond bosses if you take all the Beyond nodes for increased chance and use all the Scarabs and you have high pack size corrupted 8 mod maps. It should spawn eventually. And then, if you're lucky, you might have found a Black Knight or one of the pirate bosses attacked your ships or they attacked your mappers and you killed it. So, yeah, just do whichever ones you can on this one, it's fairly simple. Oh boy, waste currency, the challenge. Are you excited to waste currency? I know I am. This is what I did. As you can see, I haven't done a single one of the other ones because fuck doing that. Yeah, I did Coin of Power because I already had 2 of them, so I only had to buy 3 more, and at the start of the league, all 3 of the coins were actually around the same price. They were like 30-40 chaos each. Now they're crazy expensive, and a Divine is almost 300 chaos. So, that's fun. But yeah, just buy whichever coin is cheapest and do one of them on level 20 skill gems. I just leveled a bunch of Ice Spears in my offhands and spammed them on them. I don't want to use the coins because I prefer having a 21 gem. And like having an 8 link in my Soul Mantle might make my totems cost way too much mana. They already cost 200 mana, it would just feel bad. Not worth it in my opinion. But anyway, that's just my build. Coin of Restoration and Desecration, that's very easy and cheap. What I did is I bought this funny sword, Flesh Render, which drops from the guy that drops the Black Barrier. And I basically bought 5 of these swords. And Coin of Restoration drops everywhere. I think Desecration only drops if you do Beyond in the Mirage. But it's still a cheap currency, I'm pretty sure. Let's check. Faustus? Yeah. Okay, 5 of them is... how much chaos? 5 chaos, or like 4. Yeah. You could just do this. No. There we go. 5. Anyway, just showcasing. And what I did, I just bought 5 of these swords, which is also 1 chaos. I mean, let's just check it right now. Flash Render, instant buyout. Yep, 1 chaos. Okay, some of these are corrupted, so you should miscellaneous corrupted, no. 3 chaos for each sword. Basically the same price as when I bought it. I bought 5 of these swords, and what I did was I did restoration, and then the other one to corrupt it, and that's just what I did, and it completed itself. But yeah. That's those 2. Sinistro or Dextro Catalyst. Buy whichever one is cheaper. Let's check, shall we? 17 chaos each for Sinistro, and I think this one is... yeah. Buy 20 Sinestro. Dextro is way more expensive. Holy fuck. And then Crystallized Rancor is the new Harvest currency, which can... which can drop while doing Harvest in the Mirage. It's only 9 Chaos. You only need 3 of it, so... That's what, 27 Chaos for that. Not that bad. And then you just go to your Harvest bench, you click this, and you just like spam some random ass, I don't know, Reforge item with minion. This would only cost you 600 blue juice. Just spam that 3 times on any rare item. There you go, that's that challenge done. And then the essence is very... Desolation, very similar. It's 18 chaos, it's a bit more pricey. Which is... yeah, 57 chaos. Just use 3 of these on any rare item. Or on an item you wanna use it on, I don't know. I guess, if you're gonna craft with this anyways. And then incubators, I bought whichever was the cheapest. I think I bought like Honored. And I think that is the cheapest one, because the other ones cost more because they give actual good items. Yeah, this one's 9 chaos, really. Is this the one? Yeah, coin or gold. They changed the text, it used to only say coin before. I was wondering why nothing was dropping. Let's see, Sacred Incubator. 90 chaos, yeah, that's not happening, is it? Mirage Incubator is 40 chaos. Yeah, definitely buy 10 honored incubators, slap them on your gear. Sadly, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, 9. If you just have a two-handed weapon like me and you don't have anything here, then you can't equip them all at once. We could just use the final one on a random piece of gear you're not wearing. If you don't care about the gold/coin reward, then that's that challenge done. Aren't you happy to waste a bunch of currency on a challenge? Holy fuck. Why do they keep making these? But yeah, it is what it is. It sucks. I did it as early as I could because all these currencies just go up in price later in the league, especially the coins of knowledge, power, and skill. It sucks, but it has to be done. Anyway, Remarkable Realms. Do all the unique maps in the game. Most of these are common and cheap. The only ones I did I think are rare are... what is it? Coward's Trial is pretty rare. Putrid Cloister is also pretty rare and maybe cost a bit of chaos. Twilight Temple is also kind of rare. And then Doriani's Machinarium is a rare delve only map. You could also randomly get it from the unique map Beast. But there's also another way to check yourself if you might get it. Oh god, it's 4 divines. It was 1 divine when I bought it at the start of the league. Okay, it's gone quite up a lot. Words. Talk to Nico after you reach level 90. Words are hard. Because there's a catch-up mechanic in Delve where it goes all the way down to depth like 100 for you. Yeah, level 80. And just go through and check on the sides, because you might have gotten a special biome with the boss. I actually got 2 bosses. It's the Grand Architect's Temple. It's a 16% chance to drop the map from him, but before you do him, like, do a few Azurite nodes here and there to upgrade your darkness resistance and light radius, so you don't instantly die in there, because you might need to use flares during the dark phase. But yeah, I got 2 of him, I killed him. It didn't drop, so I had to buy it anyway, but you might get lucky, you might get the boss and he might drop the Doriani's Machinarium map. So just always check your delve if you don't touch delve at all after you reach 90 for this catch-up mechanic, because he could appear very early on. But yeah, just every unique map. You have to do 10 of them anyway for skill points, so yeah. That's that. Succinct Scarabs, I'm 9 out of 8, wow! Just use a bunch of Scarabs, fairly simple challenge. I don't think there's any need to explain this. If you just do a lot of maps, you use the Scarabs of your favorite mechanics, this will complete itself without you even trying. What I did is I just did Delve and Bestiary for the missions, which I had to do anyway, and then I just did a bunch of shitty ones that I didn't care about, so yeah. Just Scarabs in rare T14 maps. And using a bunch of the same one contributes more, so like if I use 5 Blight, that doesn't exist, that's a bad example. If I use like 5, I don't know, expedition scarabs, it will give me 5 progress on this, even though it's 30 of 30 already, but you get the point. Easy challenge. Glorious Gemcraft. What I recommend is buying a shitty cheap Awaken gem. I bought Greater Kinetic Instability and just slot it in your offhand when you start maps, and it's gonna level itself up eventually. So that's one easy way to get 1 out of 3 on this, and then have it out of 300 quality on all gems. I think if you just quality everything and you have full sockets, this will be easily completed. If not, you could buy a cheap enhance and link it with stuff, or what is it? Rings. You could buy a replica Void Eye, equip it, and then put a 23 quality corrupted gem in it, skill gem, and then it would get to 53, and when you equip that, if all your other gems also have quality, this should complete. I think it's pretty easy to get 300 overall quality on stuff. So, yeah. Use gem cutter prisms, pretty simple and self-explanatory. Just use your prisms to quality up your gems. I have a lot of them because I've been vendoring lots of quality gems. And they just drop on the ground as well. Or they also drop from Sanctum, if you enjoy that. Corrupt the gem to be 21 or 23, easy just while you're leveling your main gem in your offhands, Vile Orbit, and hope it goes 23 or 21, or Vile Orb some of your other gems. I already got a few of them. That was pretty unlucky at the start with viling my gems, but it happens. Pretty simple challenge. Cross Contamination. Hey, I made a video about this earlier. It's very simple and very free, this league. I didn't have to buy carries for any of these, I did them all myself. Now, in case you didn't see the video, I'll still explain it. Right, Breach Marshal while Delirious. You get a nice Delirious map. You could just slap a Delirium Orb on a tier 1 map, because this has no level requirement on any of these. Hello. And after you do that, you would just use the Breach Scarab that unstable breaches contain a boss, and then this one, 2 additional unstable breaches. Make sure you have not blocked breach on the Atlas before doing this. Same for Blight, which is another one that I did. And yeah, just those 2 scarabs with a T1 Delirious map with the Delirium Orb applied to it. Open the map, do the unstable breaches, kill the boss, easy peasy. Stygian Spire were affected by Shrine. What I did is I used the funny new belt from the League mechanic. What is it there? I bought a shitty one for 4 chaos, it just had Regen Shrine. Why the hell not? I equipped it and then I fixed my attributes by equipping other things, because yeah, this bricks me. I need my attributes. And yeah, just make sure you unequip all your flasks and you don't press any flasks, because it only applies the Shrine buff while affected by no flasks. And then you just use this belt, you do a Stygian Spire, which I'm pretty sure there's an Abyss Scarab that like guarantees it. There has to be, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Edifice. Abysses in area that do not lead to an abyssal depth lead to a Stygian Spire. Yeah, so you just get one of these scarabs, they're very cheap, and then you use that in a map. Well, actually, you can do both of these at the same time. So one of those Edifice Scarabs on a tier 1 map, together while wearing this belt without any flasks. I'll link the video in the description if you guys want to look at it. I did make a whole video showing how I did those myself. That would do the Stygian Spire. Yeah, I think I did Stygian Spire and Breach at the same time, now that I think about it. Yeah, I just used that Scarab plus an Abyss Scarab plus the 2 Breach Scarabs. Yeah, on the Delirious tier 1. And then Essence and Blight boss. There is an Essence Scarab. I think I have it. Yeah, Chaosification. Pretty expensive one, I think. Yeah, 28 chaos, but it turns everything into essences, all the natural monsters. And then essence that is possessed. You do the Chaosification Scarab, and then you take these nodes and you take Seance. Up to 5 rares in your maps are possessed, so 5 of the essences will just guarantee to be possessed, so that will complete itself when you use that Scarab on any map while having Seance allocated. And then Blight boss while affected by a Tempest. Sadly, we lost the special map device crafts, because map device crafts got deleted that were from one of these two notables. So now the only way to get a Tempest, I think, is with this Scarab, but it's still a cheap Scarab, so who cares. So you would use this Scarab plus a Blight Scarab. That's the wrong hotkey. A Blight. I can't type today. And then... yeah, up to the unique bosses. You would use these 3 Scarabs on a tier 1 map. And then just stand in the Tempest, start the Blight encounter and kill everything, and when you kill a boss this should proc. And then also kill a Possessed Essence in the same map, together with the Calcification Scarab with Seance anointed? No. Allocated. Yeah. And that's Cross Contamination. I'll link the video in the description and in a... no, actually just in a pinned comment below. I'll link it. Of me doing this challenge. Okay, Wishful Willing. I've done all of them, as you can see. I was carefully checking it and clicking wishes I hadn't gotten before while doing it, but no, they appear often enough. And not every wish in the game is in this challenge, which is stupid in my opinion. I don't know why only certain specific ones count for this, and other ones, even though they're rare, don't. Like, it's weird. But just click wishes that you haven't clicked before. Some of these are pretty good, some are pretty shit. It is what it is. But it's a pretty simple challenge. Click a lot of wishes, do a bunch of Mirage, you'll be doing that anyways. Ah, the Bloodline bosses. These are the ones I did. Obviously you can do other things you enjoy, like if you're a Simulacrum player, you could do that. If you like Expedition a lot, you could do a lot. If you enjoy Delve a lot, you could find the Wool and do him. And if you love Ultimatum, well, you could do a Trimaster pretty easily, I think, now, with all the Scarabs and stuff that increase your chance to get bosses. And the Astrolabe, I think, may also increase your chance to get bosses, maybe. I don't know, maybe that's one of the enchants you can get on your maps. But I did King in the Mist, because the invitation's cheap and my friend helped me with it. I did the Shabby because I had to, anyways, to get the material for my amulet craft. Katarina I did, hoping to get the Veiled Exalt. It didn't happen, but oh well. So if you wanna use a Veiled Exalt on your gear, I recommend buying the medallion and doing Katarina yourself, because you might get one. I did Lycia, because Sanctum is easy as fuck on this build. I did Farul, because the beast is fairly cheap and the boss is simple and easy. The Breach boss I did because I wanted to complete my quest line at the tree and get all my skill points, and you have to do that to get the final skill points, which sucks. But yeah, and obviously if you want the bloodline from the Breach boss, you also have to do that anyway. Then I did Suresh, because you have to do him for a different challenge anyways, so might as well do that. Black Barrier is very expensive right now. It was like 60 or 50 chaos at league start when I was playing, and now it's over 200. Now it's a divine suddenly. But yeah, do whichever ones you wanna do. Fairly simple challenge, although the Black Barrier is very expensive. Oh god, we're here already, are we? We sure are. Atlas Astrolabes. These are the 4 I did. Chaotic Lightless Timeless Fungo, which is Ultimatum, Abyss, Legion, and Blight. Yeah, those are the cheapest ones I could buy. Obviously, if you don't care about using these things, just buy the cheapest ones and then spam them and do maps. But I want to showcase something. So let's use the cheapest one, let's use Ultimatum. Because what I was doing was, I was doing them on City Square with Mirage, because Mirage has a pretty high chance of copying the City Square boss. And I know this map is big as fuck with Mirage, sometimes the boss doesn't activate, but when it does get copied, it's very nice, because if you kill the boss in the Mirage while you're doing an Astrolabe map in City Square, it's gonna count another point of progress for this challenge, so that made it a bit less painful and less grindy for me, so I definitely recommend doing it up here in the top right until you're done. And then there's another one that I'll explain an easy way to do that one later, but yeah, right now, Astrolabes. But basically what I was doing, let's just use it here to explain a bit better. Okay, good, I got 3 connected maps. So you can see City Square has 3 maps connected to it. It has Chateau, Primordial Pool, and Cold River. And then Iceberg is down here, and these two are down here. So, there's this new keystone they added, which might sound good on paper, but actually, if you just do this keystone and do your favorite map and spam it, you're gonna do less Astrolabe maps in general, and this challenge will be slower. What I did is I did a combination of using and then unspecking the keystone. So basically, how this keystone works is if it would delete something and it would get cut off, if the connection would be shorter than your main blob, that just gets deleted, which is what happens normally anyway. Like if I open this Devout Cathedral, this mineral pool's influence would get deleted. So that really sucks. But what I did is, let's just take a few maps, pretend I'm doing them. I'm not actually gonna complete them, but let's just do this real quick. So what you would do is, without the keystone allocated, you would just start doing the maps, you know, you'd alchemy them, they're rare, and what I recommend is also doing this at the same time, 150 quant. So what I did is I just alchemy orbed them and then exalted orbed them to 6 mod, and then I bought a bunch of Azeri fragments and I used 4 normal Azeri ones and 1 Uber one to get a bunch of quant, and I just had this whole tree with increased effect and all the quant stuff, and you get the deal. Just spam quant, but yeah. Right. I would open mineral pools, I would do the map, right? And then I would open the Devout Cathedral, and I would do the map. As you can see, it disappeared, okay? Then I would open up Iceberg down here, and I would do the map. And now we have this left. There are 3 maps connected to City Square. And now I'm gonna, just for the purpose of showing it, take the keystone and open a map with it, just to show you how it works. Okay, so I have the keystone allocated. Completing objective instead collapses a different region. Don't even bother reading this, because what it says isn't even what it does in the game. It is not completing an objective that collapses the region, it's opening the map. The action of opening a map already deletes a region. So now that you have connected maps to your favorite one, you can just do 4 city squares and do 4 Astrolabe maps, and hopefully get the boss copied. So what I will do is I just open up a map in city squares, and as you can see, that one got deleted. Do it again. That one got deleted. Do it again. That one got deleted, and then on the final one I would just unspec the keystone. It's unspec'd. And then just do city square again, because it's the only one left. And it's done. And yeah, the moment you open your map, this stuff gets deleted, not when you complete an objective. And don't worry about like doing the league mechanics in these, you do not have to do that at all. You can completely ignore the league mechanic it adds. You don't have to do it, just kill the map boss, okay? I know if you do the league mechanics, you get rewards, you get more choices at the memory vaults. If you feel like doing that, if they're your favorite, go ahead, but I didn't want to do that. And then you get the memory vault at the end. Might as well open this up. There's a different challenge with these, but I'll explain that when I get to that. Owl crack. Okay, unique item. Anyway. Right then. And that's how I did it, basically. I just specced into the keystone whenever I had only my favorite map and only maps with one connection next to it, which guaranteed that if I spammed my favorite map, the connections around it would get deleted and I wouldn't cut off or delete any influence. That made it a bit faster and a bit less painful to do this, but yeah, this is a very grindy challenge. It's 120 maps with Astrolabes. It's gonna take you a long time. Just take your time, do that strat I showed you. It should make it take a bit less time, especially when you copy the Mirage boss and you get another point of progress. I was also joining my friends' maps from time to time to get extra completion. You can do that if you want. You can maybe look on Global at 20 for people that may be sharing rotations with this. Maybe people are doing that, I don't know. And at the same time I did this 75 map bosses of Astrolab maps, so they're 150 quant. Because when the map boss gets copied in the Mirage, you get another point of progress for this as well, so yeah. That was Atlas Astrolabes. Very, very grindy challenge. Did not enjoy it. Tyrannical Tiers, you're gonna do this as the final challenge most likely. It took me longer than all the other ones, even longer than in-game grinds. Just do a bunch of maps. Wow, self-explanatory. It took me a lot of Mesa spamming at the end, but it is what it is. We always have a challenge like this every league. It's either map tiers or map quantity, but at least with quantity you can make a mate mod corrupted and make it go a bit faster, but this is just a flat number. You always have to do the same amount. Memories, this one actually was really easy. Yogon maps with 2500 quant, just alchemy and corrupt them and like do mace or something and rush to the boss. As long as it doesn't have reflect or no regen, you can do it and then just leave. It's very easy, it's very quick. You can do this in like 10 maps or something. If you use like a quant, Atlas 3 and fragments to give it more quantity. You can also do it on like low tier Yagon maps. I did it on some white maps before, like... Oh, that's a bad example, that's not one, but... You can do that on any tier, it doesn't say red maps here, so yeah. You can also alchemy Eagons, like memory chain map things, and those count as well, these ones, the memories, which are very cheap now that it's fixed and it's working. He wasn't dropping them before at the start of the league, but they fixed it. Okay, Sandswept Survivor. Complete 150 Mirages in T14 plus maps that have at least 100 quant. This will complete itself, as long as you're alchemy orbing and juicing up your maps a little bit. You'll be doing a lot of Mirages for different reasons anyways, so yeah, this one's a pretty passive one, don't need to worry about it at all really. 200 daughters in Astrolabe maps. This one's actually pretty easy. This one I completed very quickly before I was done with the other Astrolabe grindy one, this one. Basically what I did is I took all the influence pack size things. I was running like influence pack size... Well, no, I wasn't running Scarabs because I was running at Ziri fragments, but I just basically did red influence, and I mean with maps that are like 200 quantity and 40 plus pack size, it was very easy. And also, when you enter the Mirage, it copies your influence and starts it again and gives you more progress towards it, so you get more boss invitations, and altars that you click in the Mirage count for this challenge as long as it's on an Astrolabe map. So if you just go in all your Mirages and click all the altars, this will complete very quickly. I think this is way faster than Witness map bosses, but I mean, if you really love destructive play, you could do this if you want. That's up to you, but the fastest, in my opinion, is just clicking altars. It was very quick, not that bad at all. Okay, vaulted valuables. Right then. This one, I think is pretty easy, but you might get slightly inaccurate, but also, if you're done with all the other Astrolabe challenges, and you don't need to actually complete the maps, you can do this very easily, so... I'm gonna post the wiki page about this in the comment below that I've pinned, because this is kind of convoluted how this shit works. I don't even know how it works, because one time I did like every abyss in almost every map in my Abyss Astrolabe, and I opened my vault and I only had 2 choices of items. I don't know how the hell you get like multiple choices of items. I don't know how this works, so I just stopped doing the mechanics after that. It's just not worth the time, really, with how rippy Abyss was. But basically, Machinist's Vault, Northwest, so that's top left, Unknown Exceptional Gem, or T3 plus Unique Weapon Jewelry, or a stack of stacked decks, or rarer divination cards. That's the things it can give in top left. Actually, I don't think I did top left more than a single time, because this just gives random stuff. Like, yeah, you could complete gems on it if the gems are common enough, but sometimes it's gonna give you unique, sometimes stack decks, which I think do count as currency, but you can do currency easier in another one, and then div cards don't count as anything, so you're sad. I think I got divination cards a few times here, and then I just stopped doing it in this region, so I think top left region is bad for this challenge. Top right, northeast, yeah, Zealot's Vault gives greater multi-strike apparently, invention support, T3 plus unique armor or jewelry, valuable gems, or empower, enhance, and enlighten, like 20, 20, 21, 20 gems, or facetors lenses. Yeah, I think the most common in top right is uniques, because I completed unique 5 out of 5 while I was farming city squares for the do a fuck ton of Astrolabes challenge. So yeah, I think by spamming Astrolabes up here you can do uniques, because again, as I showed you, you can use the Astrolab and just open up the maps, chain open them and delete your influence, and Eogon just has the option to go to the vault, and it guaranteed has one reward. Even if you didn't do a single map, even if you ignored all the mechanics, it always has one reward in it, so if at the very end this is the only thing you're missing, you can just chain open a bunch of Astrolab maps with the cheapest Astrolab you can find, open a bunch of vaults in the top right, and you should get 5 of 5 unique. Bottom left, Scholar's Vault. Greater Unleash support, okay. It gives currency most commonly. Sometimes it can give 1 times or 4 times stack of divines, 20 times stack of regular currency, Orb of Intention, Remembrance and Unraveling, which is also currency, Reflecting Mist, which is also currency, and Valdos Puzzle Box, which I think counts as currency. So bottom left, if you wanna complete 5 of 5 currency, is definitely easy as fuck to do. And it has Mesa map, which is nice for boss rushing, but again, you can just chain open them. You don't even need to do the maps. And yeah, that's 3 of them. You would be done with just 3, but then why not explain bottom right region. Greater Spell Cascade, cooldown recovery, it can give maps. Right, it gives maps, that's what I did. I completed maps, because bottom right commonly gives like Guardian maps or synthesized maps, including Cortex, Nightmare maps as well it can give. Valdos Puzzle Box again, but I didn't see one. Yeah, stack of 20 Scarabs. I did see that in the bottom right, actually. That's why I have 2 out of 5 fragments. I got like a stack of 20 Amber Scarabs one time. Uber Elder fragments, which is nice. But yeah, bottom right most of the time just gives maps, so just spam Astrolab maps in here and get vaults, and you should get 5 of 5 map pretty quickly. So yeah, it's an easy challenge, just buy the cheapest Astrolab you can find. I think the cheapest that I bought when I was doing it was Ultimatum one, depends, maybe now a different one is cheaper, just check the prices. But yeah, that's vaulted valuables. Where am I? There. Instigative Invitations. I actually recorded myself doing all of them on my build here. Well, except Screaming and Incandescent, I did those off screen because that's just sitting Exarchanate of Warlords, they're easy as fuck. But yeah, those just alchemy orb them and run them. And then the other ones are all the Maven invitations. The Formed, Shaper Guardians, the Twisted, Elder Guardians, the Forgotten, Memory Maps that lead to Cortex, the Remembered, the 3 mini-bosses of the Eogon memory chains, which you cannot Maven the quest versions of, you need to do them separately, but it's fine because these are very cheap now, you can buy all 3 easily, I'm sure. I mean, again, let's just check the prices. 2 Chaos, 4 Chaos, 25 Chaos for Dread. Okay, that's the only expensive one, but again, you can spec into higher chance for Dread anyway by taking this notable and this notable, and then, yeah, you'd have a pretty high chance of finding Dread. But basically what I did for all the Maven ones is... just imagine you're rolling the Maven invitation at Kirak right now. This map is a Maven invitation. I will transmute it, and I like alteration spam, and like I get 2 mods that don't do much against me. I would rego it, and then I'd exalt it 1 time, and if the 4 mods are decent, I would just run it, because it only has to be 4 modifiers. And yeah, most of them are easy if you just do 4 mods like this by regaling and exalting one once, but on the field, be very, very careful what you roll with your alts and regals and exalts, because if you give them increased AoE, the whole fight could be bricked. If you give them increased projectiles, it could become very dangerous, so just make sure you can actually do the field. If not, people are doing carries for it. You can look in TFT, you can look in Global 20. I'm sure someone can help you. I know not every build can do the field. Like, I know the pain. But yeah, fairly easy challenge. If you have to buy carries for it, so be it. Pay a few divines. There's no shame in that. Like, not every build is built to be a bosser. That's not how this game works. Next one. Oh yeah, speaking of carries, I didn't have to buy any this league, but you can if you want to for this one. Nightmare maps. Do 4 of the T17s at 175 item quantity. Right. What I did is use Scarabus Stability along with 4 Uber Adziri fragments, which give 10 quant each, and then I just used the full skill tree for all the modifier effect, all the quant stuff in this wheel down here, this, and And then I also did influence pack size because influence altars can give quantity, and then I just opened up the maps, and usually they were like above 175, but even if they're not, you can pray for an altar for quant, and then just with the Stability Scarab with runnable mods, hopefully you can kill the boss. Also, on some of these tight corridor shitty layout maps like Citadel and Ziggurat, if you're lucky, and I think actually blocking every league mechanic possible makes it more likely, but if you're lucky, the Mirage will cover the boss arena and actually copy the boss. And if you're even luckier, when you check the wishes, she can actually have the NPC for you. She can have the wish that gives you Divine Shrine and Echoing Shrine, which just makes you immortal, and then you can go in there and kill the T17 boss, and there you go, right? Like, my friend did two of them, I think, with that. I wasn't lucky enough. I did get a Mirage once on Ziggurat, but there was no wish for Divine Shrine, but you could get lucky with that. So, yeah. If not, then just do your best with the Stability Scarab and 4 Uber Ziri fragments to add quantity, and yeah, just try it out. I mean, they are easier now because they're level 83 instead of 84. The level got lowered on them, so the scaling on the bosses on their HP and damage is lower, so even I'm not getting one-shot by most of the attacks on the bosses now. Some of them still one-shot me, but that's without any damage mods on the map. But yeah, just do your best. Stability Scarab helps for more portals. Maybe you get a lucky Divine Shrine Mirage copying the boss. If not, just do 4 of these, and if you can't, again, people on PoE 3.28 and TFT are doing challenge carries on the TFT Discord server, so you can always buy these. Each is 2 divines last time I checked. But yeah, it was easier this league. I could do it myself on, you know, this build with 300 armor and 1000 evasion, no defenses whatsoever, just 1 arcane cloak and a dream. So, you know, if I was able to do it, maybe you can with the Stability Scarab. Just try it out, see how it goes. And if it's still shit, if you still hate these maps, just buy carries. It's completely okay if you don't want to touch these maps. I hate them as well. Next one. Yeah, kill Suresh without getting hit by shit. I just nuked him down because I'm a glass cannon build. People are probably doing carries for this as well, but the only thing I was affected by was Astral Chains when I went outside the arena, because you have to go out when he phases at low HP and there's the big storm in the middle. And the only thing I know about that fight from watching a video is like the statues that pop up and you need to walk around and trigger them so they pop and so that they've done their thing in case he does some other mechanic, but like if you can kill him instantly or fast enough, it won't matter. You'll complete this easily if you have high DPS on a build. If not, carries are always an option, but yeah, that's that challenge. And I already explained this. I did this during the other Astrolabe challenge. I did these two together, basically, but the other one, this one completed before this one, obviously. Because this is 120 maps and this is 75. 150 quantity. This was just really annoying for me, having to run every map at 150 plus quant. Like, I was just stuck having to use a Ziri fragment and not being able to use any scarabs. It kind of sucked, but oh well. It was very grindy, it took a long time to get this 75, but again, if you get the Mirage, the map boss, it gives you another progress, that definitely helps. Make it just a little bit shorter. That's that. Uber bosses! I joined my friend's Uber bosses because I'm too lazy to do them myself, but I also just did a Searing Exarch myself and got gloves that sold for 3 divs, so, you know, I can easily do 5 of them if I really felt like it, but yeah, could also do Cirrus because I'm good at him if I don't get unlucky. But the easy ones I think that you can do are Shaper, Uber Cortex, Searing Exarchator Worlds aren't too bad, maybe you could try Maven. The Incarnation ones that aren't the Rose boss, so Fear and Neglect, might be easy enough for most builds. And if you can't, that's okay. I mean, not every build can do Uber bosses. So you can just always buy carries for them, they're probably like 1 or 2 divines each. And at least it's not split in 2. Last week we had to do like, because they were new I think, there was one challenge to do 2 of the 3 new Incarnation Ubers and then the other one to do like, what was it? 5 out of 7 Ubers or some shit? I don't remember. It was bad, but now at least they're all grouped up in one single challenge, so just do 5 or buy 5 carries. Again, no shame in buying carries. Sometimes you just have to do it if your build literally cannot do an overboss. And the final one, endgame grinds, which I did faster than 8000 map tiers, because yes. Level 100, hey, if you play a tanky build, if you farm a lot of XP, this will complete itself. I am level 99, I don't feel like getting to 100 again by doing 50 sanctums, no thanks. This is very easy actually, this one. You just need to do 25 Uber lab runs, and don't let the name deceive you, this is just offering to the goddess, just your final lab. Endgame labyrinth, eternal labyrinth, whatever you want to call it. People just call it Uber lab. Because this, you get 2 uses of the Divine Font in it, so the first time you do it for your Ascendancy, you would get 2, so then after that just 24 more runs, use the Divine Font, and this would complete itself. But I just did other things instead. But you can do this if you don't want to do some of these other ones. It's very easy to do 24 lab runs. It would be like one afternoon of farming for you. And you might get good things from it. You might get a craft that gives you like a free enhance or a Nighten or something. The chests can drop good loot. Sometimes you could get a few divines maybe. So it's not a complete waste of time if you just want to run lab. T16 rare maps with scarabs. I just spammed a bunch of useless scarabs I didn't care about, like fucking, I don't know, this, other things. Just use scarabs on your maps again. Rare T16 is very generic requirement. As long as you're using scarabs on every map, the scarabs you enjoy, on the content you enjoy, this will complete itself. 50 Guardian maps. Memory Guardian maps. Oh, the synthesis maps? Yeah, I guess those ones. Oh, so even those count, right, that's why I was 20 of 50, because I did every set before for my progression to get my points in the Maven invites. But yeah, you'll probably be at 20 of 50 or something by the time you're done with Atlas progression and have all your points and stuff. And then just 30 more, and again, if the Mirage copies it, you get another point of progress for it, so that's really nice. I just did a bunch of Shaper Guardian sets, and it's way easier to do them now that maps are generic. Like, it's just Shaper Guardian map, you can do whichever one you want. No more Horizon Orbs in the game, so it's really nice, this endgame rework that they did. It's way better now. But yeah, it took me like a few hours to do this to finish it off, the last 30 I needed. This one will complete itself as long as you just do tier 16 maps. Rares with 4 mods, they are literally everywhere. Don't even worry about this is gonna auto-complete. Then map bosses in Mirages, that the T16 and 80 quant, it's pretty easy to get 80 quant if you just click all the not notables, all the effect nodes and this quant wheel in the middle, the outer and then the inner circle. And yeah, if your Mirage is copying a map boss, go in, kill the boss, and break the chains for other challenges, and then go out. And that's it. That's all the challenges. They were pretty simple this time, they just took a long time, some of them were very grindy. Now, if you only care about the armor set, which 4 would I skip? Because, I mean, Uber bosses you can buy with enough divines. I will definitely skip Tyrannical Tiers. Fuck that. That's a lot of maps. Unless you don't mind doing it slow. If you don't mind doing lots of maps, you could do this. This is easy. It just takes a long time. But I would skip probably that. And then this, maybe? Wait a second. And then this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3... 4, yeah. Okay, so if you do everything else and Uber bosses or buy carries for the Ubers and the T17 bullshit, right? If you do everything else, and if you don't care about Astrolabes and you don't want to bother with using them and you just want the armor set, you can actually skip every Astrolabe challenge. So you can skip this one, the 8000 map tiers, the vaults, and the 75 Astrolabe bosses with 150 quant. You could skip those 4 and still have 36 and have the whole armor set. If you just care about that. That's what I was planning on doing at first, but then I just finished them all, because they're pretty grindy, they take a long time, but they weren't really hard, any of them. So yeah. Anyway, that's the video. Like and sub if you enjoyed, if it's helpful to you, because I'm aiming for 1000 subs. And now, a little bit of a bonus round for all of you who watched to the end. I'm gonna open a bunch of stuff I was saving up, because I didn't know if I would need any more currency, but now I'm done with challenges. I don't need currency for anything, so fuck it, why the hell not? 2 Voidborn Reliquary Keys and 1 Valdos Puzzle Box. Are you ready for gambling? I know I am. Boyo Brute Force, what the fuck? I've never heard of that item. What? Brute Force Solution? Oh, it's like a jewel. Huh? Okay, oh, it's this thing, the attribute transforming. Okay, funny. Cool. Wait, what is even this map? It's Barricaded Remnant. Players have increased size assaulted by apparitions of Cirrus. Contains Cirrus's storms. Oh, that sounds fun. Reduce speed. Travel skills disabled. Driven mad. Okay, only open 3 portals. It doesn't sound too bad. And now, the Reliquary Vault. Are you ready for more gambling? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Or a sacrifice. Okay. Sure, I'll take a shiny sword. Why the fuck not? And then another one. Activate. What is it gonna be this time? Oh? Okay. Almost. So close. Yet so far. What? Oh, something. Some kind of message appeared in the chat. It's laughing at me. It's good. Ha 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 ha. Yes, very funny game. Very funny. I'm gonna save these uniques. Because they're shiny. I like shiny things. Okay, that's it then. That's the whole challenge guide video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it's helpful to all of you who are maybe starting late or maybe just getting through the campaign. Because I know for me the campaign used to take like a week or two to do. So I know that feeling. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like and sub and all that stuff. Because I want to reach 1,000 subs. Would be nice if it could happen before the end of summer or something. Or before the end of this league, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna play more this league, maybe, maybe not, depends. But yeah, see you guys in my next video, whatever that may be. Bye bye for now.